Comparing the weapon from Ultimate versus the Eden 1, which one's your favorite? Well, so like I like this weapon. Like, don't get me wrong, I like it. It's the color kind of just throws me off because I don't really fully understand why it's like a blue versus like the weapon is black in the original color, which I really like as well, personally speaking, right? So like it's really easy for me to like look at this weapon and be like, oh my gosh, this is so cool, you know? Because like the weapon is designed with the Oracle of Darkness in mind, and so comparing it to the Ultimate, I just feel like it doesn't. I don't know. I just really prefer the relic version exchange here versus the actual ultimate weapon itself. Again, I just don't know why it's blue. The blue kind of the glow is incredible, right? The glow is awesome, but the actual like color of the weapon itself, it kind of just doesn't make sense to me personally. Now, if I had to really throw out like an idea for the sake of what it is personally, I'm just if there was a way to make a glowy version of this weapon in comparison to the ultimate, then I would love that personally, which is kind of like a shocker to me that we haven't encountered that yet as an opportunity because, you know, whenever the alliance raids come out, we always get the crafted trial weapons, right? Like you can go do diamond weapon right now. You know, there's also emerald and ruby and titania for shadowbringers, and technically they skipped warrior of light, which at least tells me that because these don't have a crafted glowy version yet, and the way how that color looks like as well, is that these are going to be used in the ultimate for 7.3, which like is going to be cool. I'm looking forward to that, but I'm not under the impression that we're going to be seeing those weapons get a glow at all because they're going to be used for the ultimate. But the thing is, like Titania and Hades, they have these regular versions, which again really cool, but there are also glowy versions that also look really really good, and you get those obviously by doing the trial and farming those. So I'm just wondering why they don't do that with the raid weapons, honestly, because genuinely, if you had made a glow crafted version of this compared to the ultimate weapon, like I'm probably going to want that version just a little bit more, but it's because I like the color being black versus the color of this weapon being like the blue. Like this is like a showcase, right? It's like, oh yeah, like he completed through, which is cool, but also like if you ask me if I prefer this one versus the other version, like I actually like this one more so than the other version, you know? So, and that's a me thing. So personally, if they had some kind of way to do that, it just, you know, I would be down for that, personally speaking. But honestly, I'm even more like, not that I have questions about why, like this is probably like a bad take, okay? But like why does all the really cool weapon stuff exist in game that you can just get by playing the game, and they don't take advantage of the store? Because if you look at the online store and look at the weapon listing, they do update the weapon listing. Like they add new weapons over time. Like we got the Grahatia Black Mage and White Mage staff, which is awesome. Before that, we had gotten, what was it? Y'shtola's Night Seeker weapon, and then they gave us like the whole Gaia weapon set, and then we also got the ones from Black Bosom, which is from Palace of the Dead, and we got like that random Dark Knight sword, right? So I'm just wondering why they don't, like I'm shocked that they don't add really cool glowy weapons in the online store. I would easily pay for a weapon if it was like $5 or something for a weapon to have like a glow version that's like very bizarre, you know, like the joke weapons. If the joke weapons, like that Dark Knight sword, that pink one weapon is awesome, you know. So it would be cool if you could, not that, I mean, again, I don't want them to find a reason to put more money in the store option kind of thing, because the store is already like a situation. But would, if they added a weapon that looked really cool for Gunbreaker that had a glowy thing to it, would I buy it from the store? Absolutely. Do I want to get it in game though? Like, of course, because obviously I don't want to like pay extra money, but sometimes the option is just nice to have, you know. And the reason why I think this is because a lot of other stores or games, like they do that, right? Marvel Rivals, Overwatch, you know, Dead by Daylight, Call of Duty, you know, I'm sure like World of Warcraft somewhere in there. Like every game has a, like their optional store where you can acquire stuff that looks like this but in their game, and it's like way like fancier and flashier, you know. And our store, what does sell well is like the glamour set, right? The chest pieces, the leg pieces, the helmets, the hands, the feet, right? But never weapons. So if they start adding really cool armor stuff that looks incredible in the online store, which they already do that in some cases, which is awesome, but if they start doing that with like weapons, then dude, I'd be so quick to be like, take my money, you know? Because what's really unfortunate is when they don't take advantage of certain weapons that we don't see ever because they're never going to use them. Like, for example, I personally love the Eden Grace mana trigger. This weapon is super, super cool, you know? And the only thing that I can technically do with it is dye it. But if this weapon got some kind of glowy version, then I would want this weapon even more so, you know? People love glows, like when it comes to weapons, obviously, so if there was a way to go back and do this with this kind of weapon, then I think I'd be down for it, you know? And it's not just like Gunbreaker, it's like any weapon, like that one too, for if you give me like Dragoon weapon, like this is really cool, you know? And I feel like if they just added something to it, that'd be really awesome, honestly, you know? And you can even go beyond that as well, right? Like we can go to Eden Verse and do the exact same thing, because some weapons just really, really look incredible. And if you give people a reason to go back and go do old content, then there was like a way to like craft this stuff and make it all glowy, then I think I'd be super down for that, you know? Because that's like my biggest qualm is that there's a lot of really cool design stuff, and then they never go back and do anything with it because like it's just there forever, kind of vibe, you know? So that's just me. Because again, we always get the updated trials, but we never get the like ones for like the raids. Now again, like people can just do it unsynced or something, which, you know, people kind of do it already unsynced for doing the trials. So I don't know, maybe they can do like a synced version. Like if you complete the raid sync, you get like a token, and then the token you can trade with a vendor and then create like a, you know, Eden's Promise, like, I don't know, Eden Morn token, and then you can trade it. So if you farm the pages or the weapon and get it from the vendor unsynced from the weapon raid, whatever, then if you actually do the fight synced, not min eye level, just do it synced, you know, you can be overpowered for it, like sure, but just do it synced, and then you get like a token, and you can trade the token and then get like a augmented Eden Morn Gunblade, and then it's just this weapon, but it has like a glow, you know? That's just, you know, I think that'd be really cool actually. Because then you can go back and do this with every single raid weapon. So if we were to like go back and go check out Idleshire and go look at the weapons from Alexander raids, we instant teleported. So basically, if I come here, right, you have like, look at these weapons. Like this weapon this weapon's so cool, you know? And as much as I really enjoy looking at these weapons, like if these had some kind of glow version to them, I feel like you can just easily create some kind of content for people to want to do old stuff if these weapons had glows, you know? And honestly, it's not even just glows for weapons either. Even like armor. I know that we don't often see armor that gets like a glow thing to it, but the fact that there's also armor that doesn't have like a glow effect is also kind of like, wow, you know? The last time we got armor that glows, if you want to get like technical, is P12 and P8, which like sure, or P11 and P8, but like yeah, but even before then though was like Eureka, when we got the elemental armor, right? And then before that it was like the level 50 augmented, like those bulky chest pieces or whatever, you know? So we actually don't, I'm just surprised that we don't get some kind of armor set that you can just acquire and make old stuff glow. Because the thing is, like, some of this stuff is really cool. Oh, I guess if you count the Fall Guys hoodie as well, like sure, but like not really though. But if you give people a reason to go back and go do tokens and do content synced, then they want to, you know, go do content, and then honestly you'll make it really worthwhile. Because I'm always gonna fight for the idea that this game doesn't have enough moments where you can go back and go do old content. I know that it's old content, and like sure, like we only care about the current, but giving people the incentivized push to go do old content honestly is what kind of keeps the, you know, like it always gives people something to do, you know? I'm like, once I clear through, now for me it's like I clear through for the week, I clear on 2 characters, and then once I do that, then I'm just done, you know? I don't have to do anything else after that, which is partially fine, because, you know, the game is intended to be played for, you know, they kind of give us like a big chunk of content, and then like, cool, do all this content when you want to, and then when you're done, then it's like, come back when we have more content ready to go. But the problem is, like, a lot of players stay on this game every day, and like me too. I'm a person who's in the same boat. I try and always find something to do in this game because I like this game so much, and I want to see it like, you know, have like a thriving world on a constant basis, you know. And I think that they're actually doing like a decent job with tackling some of that content. But there's also like a lot of things that they should address, right? Like I know people are still waiting for the whole like party finder thing, right? To always be able to be like a global party finder. Now they should do it like regional, so they should do like NA, right? Then EU, then JP, because having all of them together might be like a lot. But if I can stay on Primal and then go do, you know, party finder stuff that's on a Ether, Crystal, or Dynamis, that'd be cool, you know. That way there's no reason to have to like travel across servers. Like if the only reason why you would do that is for like local stuff. But doing party finder, the fact that I had to go to party finder on Ether with a primal character just kind of like feels bad, right? And this wasn't a problem beforehand, so it's not like it's really like terrible, but you know, before we didn't have that issue. And now that there is transfer and everyone wants to go to like Genova, Sargatanas, and like Siren and Fairy, you know, just everyone goes to Ether to do content, which again, and again, they're planning on making like a fix for it, right? They mentioned that they're working on it, so we gotta just be patient and wait. But you know, this is one of those things that they can kind of look into as well while they're working on that, you know. So for me, I would always like to find something to do, and we've kind of tackled ideas about it as well. And I feel like just finding a way for people to always do content is always going to keep the game like thriving, you know. The game is already in a great position in terms of the community player base playing the game, right? People want to play this game every single day, and I think that as long as the devs kind of understand that, then they should focus on creating content that will always appeal to the everyday gamer. And there are dailies and weeklies, right? But there should be a lot of more dailies and a lot of more weeklies, like a lot more, you know, because having farmable content like the Chaotic Alliance raid is cool, you know, but then also having the weeklies such as Byakko is also really nice. But then like there should be a raid Unreal. Anyways, I'm going on a whole different tangent. The whole idea behind this again is like the weapons and armor in this game are really cool, and I like them a lot, but I'm just very surprised that they don't just throw out like random versions that glow. And also, again, if they put them on the market board, I would easily without question buy them, because like if I want it that badly, you know. So if there was something that I really wanted that existed and it was $5 on the online store, if I wanted it that badly, I'd buy it, you know. I don't mind that they like do that. They already did that with the leisure suit wear, you know. That set is awesome. Of course I bought this instantaneously because like I had to, right? This chest piece is awesome. So, and I don't know how often they you know, this is what everyone wears, right? I don't know how often they release this out, right? In terms of the, you know, we get like new glam every month, but I'm just surprised that we don't get like a new weapon every month or a weapon every other week or something, because it's really easy for them to just be like, hey, look, we took this like random 74 sword that we have and then it has a glow effect now, but just here you go, it's $5, and then people just buy it. Everyone loves glam in this game, and I'm an advocate for that too, you know. So all good. But there we go. So I don't know, man, I just want the game to be constantly on rotation. That's what I want. And weapons and armor are like an easy way to do that too. So there you go. But game's great.